Okay, good morning, everyone. You're welcome to the Penomics Academy. My name is Eustace Chigode Oswago, and in this lesson, we will focus on the theory of demand, its meaning, and the difference between effective and ineffective demand. Right? So I'll be using my slide to explain each concept clearly with simple examples so that it will be easy for you to understand how consumers make choices. Okay? So, in economics, demand explains how consumers show their willingness and ability to buy goods and services. So by the end of this lesson, I will expect you to define economics mostly in your own terms to understand economics properly and differentiate when they say demand is effective and when demand is ineffective. Moving forward, first of all, let's define what demand is all about and its key and terms that you must use when defining demand. So, what is demand? Demand refers to the quantity of goods or services that consumers are willing and able to buy at a given price with a specific period of time or within a specific period of time. Now, the key idea is want alone is not demand. So the ability to pay matters. What is this saying? The key word is the willingness to buy, right? And the ability to pay at a given price within a particular period of time. So that is to say, if I happen to go to the market from my house, it's a willingness to buy something. That is why I go to the market or the supermarket. Now, the ability for me to pick items from the supermarket, pay for this item at that given price at that particular time is what is referred to as demand, right? So want alone is not demand, but the ability to pay matters. When defining demand, the key term, willingness to buy, ability to pay at a given price within a specific period of time is what demand is all about. Now, demand can be effective and ineffective, okay? Demand can be effective and ineffective. From our slide here, we have a willingness to buy, ability to pay, given price, and time. That is the definition of demand, right? Now, effective demand, we can say demand is effective when a consumer or a customer or an individual fulfill these four terms, the four key terms of the definition of demand. When a consumer can fulfill these four key terms, then we can say demand is effective. Now, the ability to pay for goods and services, the willingness to buy these goods and services, at that given price given by the seller at that particular time. That is when we say demand is effective. Now, take for instance, I go into a supermarket, I purchase items or provisions, and at that particular time and price that the seller has given, I'm able to pay for that item or that commodity at that particular time. It is what we refer to as an effective demand. And this type of demand influences the market. On our next class, we're going to discuss the major factors that are affecting the influence of or that affects demand, either positive or a negative way. Okay. Now, since when the fourth key terms of demand is fulfilled and we call that effective demand, then what is now an ineffective demand? Let's look at it. An ineffective demand exists when a consumer wants a good but lack the ability to pay. This desire does not affect market demand, right? The desire does not influence demand in any way. Now, I can go to the market because I'm willing, right? I'm willing to go, or I'm willing to own a commodity. I'm willing to buy something from the supermarket. Now, getting to the supermarket, I now realize that the cash I am having, I don't have enough money to buy this commodity or these goods. And I leave that market without paying for that commodity or at that particular time, right, is called an ineffective demand. It means demand never occurred. It is just the word called want. I want this product, but I can't afford it. Let's take, for instance, a student who wants an iPhone. It is just a mere desire. It is a want, right? But because these students do not have the ability to pay for this iPhone at that particular time, it is called an ineffective demand. Now, the differences between an effective and ineffective demand are simple. An effective demand fulfill the four key terms of demand: ability to pay, willingness to buy, at a given price, and at a particular time. But an ineffective demand is merely want or desire that is not backed up with money or the ability to pay. So that is the difference between an effective and ineffective demand, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. This brings us to the end of our lesson. Go over to this point on demand and you will do great. See you next time at Deepenomics Academy.